Το κατά πόσο το σοκ του εγκέλαδου μπορεί να κάνει την Τουρκία να μετακινηθεί από μια σειρά από αντιδυτικές θέσεις, αλλά και να αποσύρει την επιθετική ρητορική εναντί της Ελλάδας, βρίσκεται, κυρίες και κύριοι, στο επίκεντρο των διεθνών αναλύσεων. Ενώ ερώτημα παραμένει, όπως είδαμε, το πότε θα αποφασίσει τελικά και γιατί να στήσει τις κάλπες ο Ερντογάν. Πάμε να δούμε τις εκτιμήσεις που έκανε μιλώντας αποκλειστικά στον Sky για την Νικολέτα Κρητικού ο πολιτικός αναλυτής του CNBC, Μ.Χάρις.
The earthquake has thrown into disarray plans for elections to be held in May in Turkey, sparking frantic debate within government and opposition. Will Erdogan attempt to postpone them, given the fact that of the 10 provinces hit, 6 are AKP strongholds?
Well, I think it would be strange if he didn't. I mean, there was always a fear, even before the earthquake, that it was quite clear he was on a losing track. And there was a lot of debate about whether, how he could avoid the elections, because it's not just about the timing of the elections, it's about the outcome of the elections. And this clearly hasn't helped his situation. I tell people he has almost a 0% chance of winning democratically. His popularity was unable to win the election prior to the earthquake. And with such severe loss of life that's attributed to buildings that arguably didn't need to fall, and it's tough to blame anyone when you've been in power for 20 years. I'm absolutely convinced he has no chance of winning this election. So his only hope is such a long delay and effectively taking on protests.
In the wake of the earthquakes, Foreign Minister Çavuşoğlu made reference to a new page in relations between Athens and Ankara. Will diplomacy of earthquakes be fruitful this time?
I have been very, very worried about geopolitical confrontation because Erdogan it's been so clear he's going to lose this election. He can't win through normal means. So I have been telling people that they should assume a war with Greece was a 50% likelihood. Now I tell them it's a 0 likelihood. Geopolitical tension is no longer an option for Erdogan, assuming the election is held within a time frame that doesn't exhaust this goodwill. It doesn't mean we're going to get solutions. He's not interested in solutions. But I think the bigger question is, will he delay it so long that he can rekindle the potential for geopolitical conflict to be part of his pre-election toolkit.
In his visit to Athens, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken urged Greece and Turkey to resolve differences and avoid unilateral actions that could increase tension. Is this a window of opportunity for the two countries?
It's a window where tension will be calmed, and the most positive outcome, of course, would be that the election happens and we have a change of government. Mm-hmm. If Erdogan stays, then there will be a window of opportunity on the assumption that he stays having legitimately won. Mm-hmm. If he hasn't won legitimately, the geopolitical risks will again become severe, and Erdogan needs to have the potential for tension with Greece in his toolkit. So I wouldn't see it as a window. I would see it as a bit of relief. Some air has been taken out of the tension, but the tension is ultimately still there. And Turkey's behavior in an environment where Erdogan is no longer allowing the democratic safety valve will be pretty problematic for the West, and Greece in particular, I would have thought.